This is my semester summary of ECE103. ECE103 semester summary by Alonzo Estrada. So, going into it, things I have done in the class. So things I've done was Logger Pro, some video analysis, 3D image, the cabin that we had to do, along with like all of the slicing formats that we had like submitted and whatnot, along with more programming of movement from the sphere ball, similar to last semester. We programmed the ball to do a little bit of things, such as like the name, and then like using it for our video analysis. While this semester we also like did the similar thing in another way, along with the neat resources and discussions that we had, to do every week, sometimes multiple a week. So going into the next part, I got what I learned from the class. So what I learned was actually like more than like I could write. I'd rather just explain it more than typing the whole summary out. So more understanding of video analysis. Last semester we covered like pretty much the basics for using it for our projects and kind of just like how to work it. While personally I was like, that was not my part in like the group works that we did. I was doing like the other pieces and whatnot, so I didn't really like master video analysis much until this semester. With everything being online, I did everything myself. I pretty much got comfortable with working with video analysis and kind of learning like what each little like button did on the video analysis itself. Like I didn't really know how to like go like backwards and like from like dotting the dots. I guess the program like putting the dots in. I didn't really know how to go back. Last semester we just started from like over like completely because we didn't know how to do that and we just didn't want to mess it up. So I learned how to like do that along with some other things in video analysis. So I learned how to like include my own like videos and pictures onto video analysis. I had to look that up on YouTube, but it was something that like I learned how to do relatively easily. I also got better at using Logger Pro. Oh, excuse me. I also got better at using Logger Pro. Really, I just kind of like really mastered it like on my own. Not like mastered, but learned how to do it at a better level than I was previously. Along with 3D printing. The only thing I have previously done in 3D printing was what we did last semester, which was just kind of like create our game piece design, which was like our initial was somewhere on there, and we just made a game piece within like a certain size. While this semester we were able to like make a cabin, along with each week for the next 2 weeks we were kind of formatting it different ways so we could get it ready for 3D printing. And I didn't know that the process was that long. I thought it really was just kind of typing it in and drawing it out and pressing print and it would start 3D printing the parts together or whatnot. I didn't really know like what all went into it. I didn't know it was like a multi-step thing, but I did learn about that. I also learned how to just, I guess, work with the 3D like printing and I guess just like the design. I can't remember what that program was called that we used, but last semester I didn't really, I guess, explore too much, but this semester I did explore a lot more. I kind of learned like each part and the different dimensions and whatnot, along with different resources and how to use some of them. So for the neat resources, sometimes people would, submit like new things that I've never heard of, or things that I have heard of but I just didn't really like bother to use. Well, last semester I never really like dove into them. I just stayed with like what I knew was like familiar, what I found comfortable. While this semester I decided to experiment a little bit because with everything being online, it's nice to have, I guess, different resources to work with and to do things different ways. Some classes like to do things certain ways compared to others, so it's nice to just have like a whole overview of multi tools and whatnot I can have, along with like how to use them. I did learn how to use OBS for like another word of like ScreenCast. I am using ScreenCast right now, but I did learn how to like, I guess, start and like learn the basics of the OBS. There was somebody in the neat resource that like, I guess, provided that source, and I did take advantage of that. I am starting to, I guess, tinker with it and mess with it a little bit. The grade I feel like I deserve is definitely P. I did all my work. Yeah, it's pretty much it. I did all my work. I didn't like miss assignments. I was still involved. I would email you when I did have questions early in the semester. It really slowed down once kind of everything got into a groove because, like I said, I just kind of started using YouTube and looked things up on my own time, just because I guess it's faster that way. But I did do all the assignments that was required and whatnot, except for one assignment on here actually. It says like the week 4 summary you choose, and right here it says please create a screencast of week 6 and post it. But I did do it in like an infographic. This is one that I had submitted last week, and for some reason it says that it's not submitted. I'm not sure. I guess I'll just have to redo it over a screencast and just kind of go over this. But that's besides the point. Where was this slides? I'll go back. So some work I have completed and saved on my computer is going to be the next one, which was right here. This is like the 3D print model for the cabin that we had worked on. I don't know why it's in a feed, but I guess it's really just to show that I did do this work and whatnot. This was the cabin that we had submitted, and this is one of the files. This is just like the regular one for the neat chassis. It's like the default name. I didn't rename it on here. This is just one of the, like the files. And then here we go on to this little video. I just found a video on YouTube that I could use for the video analysis, just to like import it. I don't even know. Will it play? Oh yeah, it will play. It was just a car that we can like. I can like do the dots specifically. And here was when I did it on the graph and my fits and everything, along with the video next to it. This is what I submitted for the video like analysis Logger Pro assignment. That was both of them. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, that's about it. So I just kind of wanted to give like a quick rundown of everything that I did say, which going back. So I did keep up with everything. You know, I did everything that was required in the course, and I did go out of my way to do other things, which was, I think, why like I got so much better at using like Logger Pro and like video analysis and whatnot, is because I did go out of my way rather than just kind of like work what I needed to work with like I did last semester. So I think that in that regards, I think is a lot, I guess, better. What other dots do I have written down? So the class attendance is kind of hard, I feel like, to kind of explain, because we're online now, so it's not like we had like any, I guess, class attendance that we needed to go to. I guess we did try to do what is it called? Oh, I can't remember the program, but it was like on Canvas itself, and it was like the little video call and whatnot. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I should have written it down. I can always go back, but we tried to do that a few times along with some other programs. Nothing really worked out, and then we kind of just went with the discussions every week. That was kind of our attendance to make sure that we were like, I guess, staying involved and whatnot. Going on to the hours. The hours really varied on like how much time I put into the class, I guess, a week. It was really just like how familiar I was with something, or like not really familiar I was with something. So such as like the screencast, I guess, one, you know, I like invested more time because I wanted to use OBS for that assignment and kind of just tinker with more things and work with more things. It was just nicer to have like that. But compared to like things that I was more familiar with, which was just kind of like the neat resource and I guess like this discussions, you know, like those are a little bit easier to like, I guess, work past and work through because they don't require a large amount of investing in times. It's really just kind of like a little bit of research, and that's really it. It's not really like anything really too difficult. Along with something. Oh, is this unfamiliar with something? And how much was given per week? So it was really just like how much, I guess, weekly assignments we had to do. So going back to here, if I go, what would be the home? If we go back and we look at which was last week's, we can see there was like it was a really short week. There was only discussion and a resource and the summary, really. That was like on the home page at least. And on here, it was like 2 discussions, 2 neat resources, along with some other stuff that we had to complete. So it was really varied. Like this week, on week 3 right here, I invested like I would say not like twice as much time as week 4, but definitely a large amount more than the next week, which was week 4. I definitely did not invest as much time in this week as I did the previous one, just because how little work was really required, and just I guess like the sum of like how like what are like how would you say like I guess the work that was given. It was just a discussion and resource. Wow, those aren't really too difficult to work with. So along with that, it was just kind of like based on how much I guess work was given and how familiar I was, kind of dictated how much time I spent on each assignment, or not each assignment, but like each week, which is like my hours and stuff. So yeah, that about covers the gist of it. I think I covered everything. I did the work. I showed the slides. This was on here. This is the summary for last week. I got some of these, I guess, saving videos and like pictures for references to show that I did do some of the works that were in these weeks. I did all of the works, but those are the ones that I had saved and I found the quickest. And yeah, that about covers it. Just wanted to say thank you for, I guess, watching this video and screencast. I hope your quarantine is going fairly good. As good as it can be, I assume. So, thank you, and I'll see you for my interview.